I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Counting like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Anti-Stall Racing race number 8 of our F1 Season 3 in iRacing. Joining me today is Mr. Biggles in the commentary box, and we are at Monza.
Barney's here as well, of course, our flagman. G'day everybody out there. Pineapple on your pizza debate always goes on when you're here in Monza, the Temple of Speed. Well, more about who wants to debate getting that trophy today and hold it up on the podium be the key. How's that championship standings going at the moment there, Mr. Gerald?
I can get that up for you guys right away.
How's the season going out there, Mr. ASR from Mr. Virtual Gaming?
Okay, so I think the season's got 4 more races left to go, and 5 more if we include Monza, which means that the top 5, maybe top 6 can still manage to get it with the correct look. Given that the maximum points in a session, I believe, is 26 points. P1 currently is Benjamin Seiss with 130 points. P2 is Victor Balea with 99 points. So it's quite a big gap, but you can close that gap in 2 races. And everyone else behind there is sort of in the 60s and 70s. So it still could be anyone's if they can catch Benjamin.
Yeah, Victor needs a win here and then some little bit of bad luck for Benjamin. And Liam Kerr's also been performing quite well there for the Australian, so I'd expect maybe he could be looking up for a win here today. He's certainly got the... Well, we'll see those times coming, of course, for qualifying, open qualifying. As you can see, we're on board with Mr. Hans. And he's certainly trying to get temperature in those tyres, wasn't he? Before, weaving around quite a bit. He's on a fast lap now. Open the DRS open, of course. Down the back straight away. And you're going to come up to one of the famous corners, of course, which is going to be your Ascari here. Get a great exit out of Ascari and then down the back straight into Parabolica or Alberto, whatever you want to call it. And then you're back onto the main straight. It's pretty easy, only 10 turns. Looks easy, but at the tempo of speed, you got to be all about pace. What will he get his time up? Bang, that's a 1:20.19. So that is the benchmark. He set the quickest lap so far.
And Benjamin Seiss seems to be waiting around in the pit for a little while. Probably going to see what other people are doing. I mean, this is well, I've got another 16 minutes of qualifying left, so I've got plenty of time to go set in a lap. In fact, I've got enough time to set 11 or 12 laps if you really wanted to.
He's probably signing autographs for all his fans out there. So. What's the track temperature currently at the moment? If you mind showing us that, it says look pretty hot.
Oh, a bit of
5
connection
sectors on this track. Could only be 3.
There we go, yeah.
Oh, there is 5 sectors, you're right. Let's see, it's quite interesting. Thank you very much. So that's, what are we looking at? 24 degrees Celsius for the air and 38 humidity. Track's about 40 degrees. Okay, it's hot.
Yeah, it's really hot, actually. Didn't know Monza got quite that hot, to be honest.
Like those tires.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I wonder if they're going to find a little exploit like they did in the 24-hour Spa. People were going off track, gaining a lot of time.
Yeah, they
GT cars.
Yeah, they've been getting bans from iRacing for that, week-long bans in that from that 24 hours Spa for doing such things. So of course.
How could they?
Oh, go on. Sorry.
Get a ban if it's. Well, what do you get a ban for? Just abusing him? I mean, you're not.
Yeah, I think it's just abusive exploit. Ooh, there goes Stefan Harmon. Put his foot down a bit too quick, entered the gravel and into the wall. Luckily, you know, you can jump back to the pit and get straight back out again.
Yeah, cheat codes. Hey, what's up that car? I was going to say that's facing the wrong direction of the pit lane there for a second. Yeah, I think you should. I think this is another thing. iRacing should enforce a rule you can tick it on and off if you want to say, hey, do you have to drive back to the pit lane or do you want to just go back to the pit lane?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Option.
I think there's plenty of things that if Anti-Stall Racing could go and invade iRacing offices right now, we would add to the options for making races.
I'll do it. I mean, no, you pay for it. We're paying here, so let's get our money's worth. I can understand if it's other games, obviously like the F1 game, stuff like that. You pay your money one time and that's it. Don't expect too much of changes in the future. But this is a case where go straight through the first corner, go around the. Don't do a Sebastian Vettel and go straight through him.
Oh, strange. Don't know why he bothered doing that chicane if we're just going to teleport back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe just having fun of driving around them. So here's Julian, and this is a new driver, I believe.
Yeah, it's a new name.
Recently joined us.
I haven't seen this driver in the standings before, and I fill in the standings every week, so I would know. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Just to say, that's strange to see F1 with more than 3 sectors. On board right now with the new Dutch driver. See how it feels to be in the cockpit of one of the fastest machines on the planet. Not quite as quick as the fan-powered car.
Lifted for an absolute age then. Oh, he's still lifting. There we go.
Yeah, he's just warming up now.
Yeah.
I think. Probably going to save his ERS for the next run. Yeah, and once again, you know, that's the good thing about iRacing. But can you turn the halo off or not?
You can turn the center column off.
Center column off. Okay,
yeah.
I was going to say that's a little. That with virtual reality, that shouldn't be a problem because you can tilt your head and look into the corners. But if you don't have virtual reality, it's going to be a definite pain.
Well, with VR, it's directly between your eyes. You barely notice it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the real drivers don't really notice it's there as well too. Yeah, but because you're moving your head around to spot the apexes and corners and stuff. But if you're doing it just with the screen, well, it's always in the center, so it's very annoying.
But yeah, you can make it transparent. It doesn't entirely disappear, but it turns transparent.
Yeah. That's fair, I think. Yeah. That's absolutely fair. Because, I mean...
same goes in the IndyCars as well. You can do it in the IndyCars, and the IndyCar also makes the glass screen transparent, like, fully disappear as well.
Okay, yeah.
Which is a bit of a strange one, but people ask for it.
Made by Red Bull, I believe. No, it was designed by Red Bull. I think it was sold to them by Red Bull.
Oh, interesting.
That's what Red Bull wanted to use for F1. When they were making a couple of different prototypes for the Halo to bring it in, and Red Bull had that screen one.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea. I do think the aero screen was a massively good idea in IndyCar, at least.
Yeah, the only thing you got to kind of wonder, looks like, I mean, the screen is good for, you know, for the cases of, remember with Massa when he got hit with spring.
Yeah.
I mean, the Halo probably wouldn't have prevented that unless, of course, it hit the top of the bottom or the middle bar in the Halo, but the screen would have prevented that. He's flying now through Ascari. Wow, throwing that beast around. Taming the beasts of the Mercedes.
Bit of a correction there at the end as well.
You can really go off track a little bit there, like a lot more than what you can in the F1 game, that's for sure.
Yeah, I do also find that Ascari chicane, however, is the place where most people spin on this track. It's
oh, he's backed off.
Oh, he's backed off, yeah. It's either there or it's the Lesmos. The Lesmos where you touch a bit of gravel.
Ah, yes. And beautiful podium celebration, of course, it comes out over the pit lane and over the track a little bit, which is the only one that I'm aware of in Formula 1 that does that. Did you watch the race?
I didn't. I did catch the highlights, though.
Oh, the highlights, yeah. That's all I got time to look at as well.
Yeah.
Thankfully, because it didn't look that exciting.
I don't know. I think seeing a different podium,
like that.
I think, was the entertaining bit of that one.
Merck's back. Did you... Because that's the only thing, because I catching the highlights, like, I guess it was a tyre difference, right, between George Russell and Hamilton, because I was kind of wondering why he had to let Hamilton through.
Yeah, didn't Hamilton pit later? Didn't he have newer tyres? He was like, I think
so.
Was he on softs to end the race?
Was that it? Everybody out there,
so.
G'day? I think that was the reason why they did that. So it's still have 10 minutes left of qualifying.
Benjamin Slice still hasn't set a time. Is he going from a back to front?
You think is Benny that confident that he's going to beat? I mean, Liam Kerr.
Yeah, Liam Kerr put a 119.7 on there.
Really quick. He's improved a lot over the season now. We shouldn't talk about where's that Vietnamese driver? Where is Ed?
Not here at the minute, unfortunately.
Ed talking about the Vietnamese driver that made the not top 10 highlights, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
For iRacing, so that's what you get when you. We got a couple of casting curses. I believe we're allowed 3 per race.
Well, it's a pretty small.
We can't use any in the last 10 minutes of the race either.
So it's a pretty small grid today, so hopefully, you know, using 3 won't stir it up too much.
Up to 3 max. We don't have to use them. Just depends. I'm going to read the chat out there. Hamilton pitted late on softs and had a monster. Yeah, okay. Russell didn't get ordered to let Hamilton. Hamilton's way faster. Yep. I was surprised that Russell made pole. I think it surprised everybody because usually, as you know, you're looking at all the sector times and you're going, green. Other people are getting purples, and you're like, okay, well, I was thinking maybe he could split Ferraris at best, and he just does, and that's without setting a purple sector.
I think it's
Which is quite amazing.
I think Hungaroring though is very car specific. Like certain design philosophies stick better on that track than they do anywhere else. For example, if you look at how McLaren did in qualifying.
Yes. True.
I think certain car choices really stick to that track, and not at other tracks, basically.
And Hungary's I was surprised it wasn't a wet race because that's notoriously one of the wettest tracks outside of Malaysia that used to have.
It would have been very entertaining as a wet race, I think.
Because you remember that's always in the classic and the highlights when you see the dude sliding down the hill.
Yes, yeah. It's always on those compilation videos.
Yep. Bit of traffic here. So one goes on a flyer. Who tucks in behind him? Is that obviously you can change the colours of these cars. You can't change the livery completely, but I do like that pink and blue.
Whoever
Benjamin
is
still hasn't come out.
behind
Leon's
him.
not. Is Leon our safety car driver here this evening?
No, Seb is Sebastian.
Seb. Okay, we'll straight through again here. Okay, doesn't worry about those markers. They're coming out of your salary, Wanko.
So it's
Here's
Victor.
Yeah.
Right. So he got a massive toe down the main straight onto his flying lap. So his first sector time is going to be awesome.
Oh, can you go on the board? I want to see this sensational speed here.
Love the colours he's chosen as well. I think it looks really good.
Oh yeah, maybe the T-cam a little bit because I can barely see anything with the halo. All right, board with Victor, who needs a win here to bring himself closer in this championship, but not let Benjamin get too far away. And this man's very capable of doing it, of course. Hans is in P2 currently at the moment. That's 55 thousandths of a second off. That's pretty good, I would have to say. It's got a very good chance. We still haven't seen Benjamin yet. Is Leon going to be racing? Because he's there. His car's there. Sebastian's the pace car. What did Victor get? P3?
P3, 119.8. Very, very close.
What's on the iRacing channel? What? Oh, they're not top 10. Yeah. Anybody have it? Can you share the link? You have the link?
I try and find it
Hans
again.
spins. Yeah, it was great. Ed. I couldn't believe Ed did that. It was all us three, actually. Well, I can't even remember. When was that?
It
couldn't have been last month, right? Was it? Because then you weren't casting that much.
Well, no, it was last season's Monza, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
It was coming out of a Scottish game.
So that's quite strange, isn't it? How that was there, and it's not even the similar month. It must have gone some old footage. Don't forget, guys out there too, because if you do find anything funny, if it's a top 10 highlight or not top 10 highlight, please submit it. Certainly helps with getting anti-store racing out there. A little bit more exposure. Sometimes you get lucky, mate. Sometimes with some of the other ones that I've been featured on there, they didn't actually use the logos of the other league, which I thought was a bit, come on, guys, if you're going to feature something, you at least use the logo, right?
So two drivers,
the league that you're featuring.
Two drivers who have not set a time yet: Benjamin Sice and Leon Elwood.
Yeah, I was just wondering if Leon was driving or not. He does have the lowest, I believe, I rating here.
He does have the lowest I rating, but it has the lowest lowest license class. Not that particularly matters too much, because it's got a pretty decent safety and a higher than average I rating as well.
What's the highest I rating you can have?
I don't think it stops. The highest I've ever seen is around 7,000 or 8,000.
Ah, okay. That's probably about what I mean, we got 4,000 for Victor. One goes about nearly 5,000.
Yeah, they're all.
What's Benjamin? Nearly 5K.
They're all big guns. You know, that's high. That's a lot of hours.
Yeah, that is. And these cars are hard to drive, no doubt, aren't they? On the iRacing, I can't drive anything on iRacing, but
they're
compared to a lot of the other cars,
very easy to drive, but extremely hard to master.
Ah.
So they stick to the ground like nothing you've ever seen.
Downforce.
And you can put your foot down on the floor way earlier than you expect. You can brake way later than you expect than any other car in iRacing. And it takes quite a lot of getting used to because of that. But to push it really to its limits is where it gets difficult. And that's where sort of the pros excel at it, where the average drivers sort of lack.
So Professional XMAZ said it says July at Monza for that Noctem highlights. So it would have had to be July last year.
No, it was winter. It was November. Because July last year, this car wasn't released.
Okay. Yeah, they just found some old footage, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was on season 1 of F1, and I'm pretty sure it was November last year.
So that's a bit cheeky for them to do that as well. I should talk nice about iRacing, otherwise they'll never feature me again. But it's a bit cheeky to say it's in the July, right, when it's not.
I mean,
it wasn't done in July.
If you really want to do it, you can scroll back through through our playlists on the channel and go search for the actual copy of it.
And they don't use the... I think sometimes they use the trading paint skins, right? And sometimes they don't. And we didn't have to worry about it, obviously, for this and iRacing.
It depends where they clip it from. I don't... Yeah. Like, if they clip it from the replay file, then obviously there's no logos on it, no commentary on it.
They do from the replay.
Yeah, but sometimes they'll clip it from a live stream, in which case it will have all your overlays.
Yeah, because it had the anti-store racing on there. Oh, we're on board with Leon, my Aussie bloke.
Oh, bit of connection issue because he's in Australia.
He gets net code, unfortunately, a lot, and it's caused him, to have a few issues of racing this season. So, fingers crossed it doesn't cause any issues. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Liam did win the last race. You remember?
I have to get that up. I can tell you who won the last race.
Yeah, I remember him shooting out front there and just getting it done. My apologies, I cast too many leagues to keep remembering.
26 points.
If I did one a week, I should know exactly, but...
Yeah, Liam Kerr won the last race. He's in 3rd place currently, with 70 points overall.
He's picking up where he's left off, man. I'll tell you what, he's really been improving.
So
again, I'm not going to end cast. Look how close he is to that wall!
Yeah.
And you got to be... Oh my God, my heart. I just felt like I was going to smack into that wall at 300 plus kilometers per hour. Ooh, the qualifying's over, and yep, Ben did not set a time, Leon did not set a time, and our safety car driver did not set a time. Oh, it doesn't matter right now anyway, because the qualifying's over. Can you see our beautiful anti-store racing safety car down in that pit lane? They're still on these final laps, actually. Are they? Shouldn't be, right? Qualifying's finished.
Safety car is not on. Is not in the pit lane in it because he hasn't got in the car. It doesn't spawn once he gets in the car. So yeah, I was going to say Liam Curry needs 3 wins to comfortably be in the lead.
Team radio. Do you get that on stream?
Oh no, sorry, that's turned off today because we don't actually have our usual race controller with us.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Liam Kerr needs 3 wins to comfortably be in the lead, or he needs Benjamin Cease to not do particularly well. But we never wish that on anyone, of course.
From the back, so
yeah,
he's got a bit of work to do. And he's saying he sat right behind Leon in F3 and F4 on the grid at Suzuka, and just before the lights went out, he's kind of jumped into the air. That code. That's going to be fun. Liam's car. That's because it was trying to get upside down, mate. You know, that's why it was jumping in the air, because it's not used to being in the northern hemisphere. We're actually the right way up in Australia. If you look at the Earth, if you approach the Earth from space, you'll see that Australia's up top.
I mean, that totally depends on which direction you approach space from.
Exactly. I was waiting for you to say that. The chances are you're not going to approach the Earth and then have our North Pole exactly as it is. Because I believe it when they took a photo from one of the Apollo missions, and they were leaving Earth, of course, Australia was up top.
Or the rocket was upside down.
Yeah, they actually rotated the picture to make sure that they keep it normal for everybody.
Yeah, just like on maps when everybody always makes sure America's in the middle.
Yeah, that's true. Even though it's the Pacific Ocean, really, isn't it? If you rotate, if you get the Google Earth or something like that, and you rotate the globe, you can actually almost put it at a point where it's just all ocean, it's Pacific Ocean. You can barely see any of the continents.
Yeah. But then again, who's to say what the correct side of a ball is, you know?
Yeah. Well, we're going to get ready to go racing, my friend, and a 50% race, a mandatory pit stop. And look out for Benjamin in the background, but look out for those lights, and look out for Barney, the flag man. You got to call the race start, mate.
That's 5 lights and away they go. Very slow start from Victor. He got swallowed straight away. That wasn't Victor, my apologies. Who was that? That was...
Hans.
Yeah, that was Hans Schlogel. Victor's in the purple car there. Liam Kerr in the blue car,
Victor's
side by
trying to
side.
break to Leon. And he has. Oh, actually, Liam's backed off big time here. What's happened? Is that a slowdown?
Could have been a slowdown. I don't have an off-track notification from him.
He's dropped 3 places now, if not 4, and he's got 2 of those Mercs behind him. What has happened? I have to look at the replay of that one later on and see if he just bogged down.
Loving the Haas colours there that'll be Benjamin, is it, at the back? No, from Stefan.
Yes.
Still got no data on Benjamin or Leon. It looks like they might have not started.
Oh. Well, that's Victor, a big smile on his face, of course, because now he's got a little bit of a gap up the road, trying to break that DRS before it can get activated.
Those guys right at the back shuffling for position.
Has going to look to see if he can take 2 of the Mercedes. I was about to say they're all Mercedes, but through Curva Parabolica. Cameraman gets a shakedown as they're traveling past them about 350 or so kilometers per hour. I think the speed's only in miles per hour on my screen.
Oh. Wow, he made a stick there, Stefan did. That was very, very close. I thought he was going to run straight to the side of Daniel then.
Daniel Scott running in P8 at the moment. And still, Wanko has kept within the DRS. Hans is as well. They're all the DRS train. So you go to Julian, and you drive down to P6. Look at that, softs and mediums. But to double confirm they are matching the cars, because sometimes in iRacing, the F1s, it doesn't show it accurately all the time.
I believe the data will be the correct entire compound, so the data you see on screen, so ignore the graphic of the actual car model, just listen to the data on the timing tower.
Okay.
Wanto's getting close to Victor here.
Yep. DRS should be activated on this lap.
Theoretically.
But not down here yet.
After the start line. So it won't be on this bit, but it'll be on the next straight.
His head's bopping around, but it's not porpoising in 2022. Pretty much solved that.
We'll see if they simulate that or not when the 2022 car comes out at the end of this year.
I think somebody has simulated already in Assetto Corsa. The mods. Assetto Corsa is a bazillion mods.
Sounds hellish.
I'm still waiting for the fan car The Goodwill record. That would be fun. Get that in iRacing. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that'd be so sweet. Thing is, it'd be a complete class of its own. They'd have to make an entire new racing format for it.
Yeah, and being electric.
Yeah.
You probably only have 5 minutes of running time.
I must admit, I do wish that they'd go to Pikes Peak. I really hope they go to Pikes Peak and try it out, because I think that car would win.
Where's that?
Pikes Peak is the massive hill climb challenge over in the US. That happens every year. Typically nowadays, it's usually either a modified LMP2 or a Tesla that wins it.
Keep an eye on Liam as well, too, in P4. This might be an opportunity him right now with this DRS toe to see if he could do something about into turn 1, but that's the problem too. Hans is also going to get the DRS toe, so he's going to go for it here, Bob. Last of the late breakers.
Ooh, bit of a nudge,
We're not going to see any halo on halo action between those drivers like we did with Max and Lewis in the past.
I think there was definitely a little bit of netcode nudging going on there, because I'm sure I saw a bit of smoke come from the tyres as he touched the front wing of the car behind.
And keep Daniel Scott as well there, making a run on Stefan. Through Ascari. Ooh, that's bold and brave.
That wasn't Ascari, that was one before.
That wasn't Ascari. Yep. That's... I should know by now. Now they'll be coming up in a minute. Actually, no, that's the second Lesmer there.
Yep.
You've got the track map.
Oh, sure thing, yeah. I always forget to
as
hit
well,
that
so
button. There you go.
Now Ascari. Yeah, which they boldly, bravely go through there. Now, you want to not get ahead. Just let him through. And that could be because he wants to get the DRS. I'd say so. So he's lifted before the activation zone so he can get the DRS toe back.
Let's watch that rear wing open, which it should do now. That's it.
That's quite clever, actually, to do that. I've seen that a lot, actually, with drivers. They'll fight just before at the end of Parabolica to see who wants to get the DRS. But this time around, it hasn't paid off.
But it might pay off on the next straight, which I believe is actually of a similar length, just a little bit shorter, into Ascari.
Do you mind going back if there's a chance there real quickly and have a look at that overtake? We'll keep an eye on that one in a minute, but because Julian's about to make a run on Aiden.
Was that the Liam overtake into P3?
Yeah,
Okay.
when we get a chance.
Sure, I shall bookmark that
from
for
his
a
point of view, I guess, or from a different camera angle, we can have a look at that. Once wanted to see if there was contact. But yeah, keep an eye on Julian first, because P6 can have a run on Aiden.
Ooh.
Because Aiden, that's been in the casting box with us a few times. Yeah, only man on the grid that's from the United States. So one coat is in Colombia.
Wibbly then
wide.
into Parabolica.
It will cost him a bit of time.
Should get DRS though. Yeah, it's got DRS and he's massively closing the gap up now. Look at that.
He's going to send it here. Yeah.
I don't think it's even a send. It looks like Aiden lifted.
Brakes.
It looked like Aiden massively lifted then.
Where's the detection zone at? Exactly. We'll have to keep an eye on it. There should be a marker on around the parabolic
there should be a line
area
for it. Isn't it down the back straight on the way to Parabolica?
Yeah. It's somewhere around there for sure. It's pretty
well,
close.
we just went past one detection zone.
Yeah, that's one.
Which will be for this DRS zone here.
Yep. Got a bit of a gap now. He's pulled away, Julian, since he's managed that overtake. We'll keep an eye on Julian because I want to see where that detection zone is.
And then we should see a detection zone. I think it's where the braking,
helicopter
nearly where
or
the braking
something.
point is somewhere.
Should be. Yeah, here it is right there. Look, that's the line. So that's, yeah, just before Parabolica, actually. That was the reason why we saw, another power slide there from Julian. It's twice now he's gone. Don't go too deep out there, mate. You'll end up being Charles Leclerc a couple of years ago.
Is dropping time on the straight. I'm wondering if he's running a little too much downforce there. Right, let's go look at that.
Soft tires. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go look at Liam Kerr. It looks like he's about to do something here to Wanto. He's about to go for P2.
Wow. That's going to be last minute breaking out there, and here we go. Regatta, I think it is. I can't even remember the name of that S section now.
Is that Variante Alta?
Yes, I think that might be right. Look at how wide they're going here. But Liam did get the job done.
Yep. Wanto's now got DRS.
He's got the fastest lap as well, so the Australian that did qualify in pole wants that back. But Victor's starting to pull that gap of 2.8 up the road. There's Victor there. And there's your other P2, P3, P4 right here. There's the DRS detect activation zone, of course. So Wonko will have the DRS. Hans will have the DRS. Liam won't. So he's going to have to go with full defend mode. He's in the pit lane.
I think
he's decided, no, I'm not going to have to defend against that. I'm going to get my pit stop over and done with. It will drop him back to last.
18 laps to go. So he'll be going from, what's he on now? He's on the softs. He'll be going to the mediums, take him for 18 laps, overtake everybody else as they pit. Job's a good one.
Yep, I'm going to get that cameraman fired. It's always difficult. You got to see him in the pit lane sometimes, but there is a pit lane dedicated camera. And no Ted, unfortunately. Apparently, I did read that Ted, I'm not going to verify this out there, is Ted Kravitz is related to Lenny Kravitz, the singer?
Really? I don't know. I did wonder when I saw the last name, but I don't know.
Maybe someone just made that up, but I'm trying to find the correct information about it. Can't believe everything you read on the internet. So the Austrian driver here, sizing up Wonko, but not that easy. Look how far back he is now. That's out of the DRS too. Whatever Wonko did, he got enough of the power down just to prevent that DRS.
Ooh, that was a slide.
Breathing space. Yes.
So going sideways then.
Caught it. Into the pit lane. I was going to go close to the wall. Should be an 80 km/h pit lane entrance here. Very, very quick in and out. Everything's quick in the temple of speed.
And everybody's now got gaps between them, so now's when the strategy starts. It's pit lane time.
Now Liam obviously, coming in and out, he had clean air, so he can just get on with it. We'll keep an eye on his times as he goes across the line. It does clear hands, but how much was it? Because remember, they were pretty close before the pit stops, and they're pretty much the same as he gets that car a little airborne. Yeah, practically about the same in and out in those pit stops then. So the undercut hasn't really given too much extra time to Liam.
Yeah, I mean, Victor is 28 seconds up the road, and the fastest pit stop so far has been 29 seconds. So, yeah, Liam can make it P1 if Victor has a slightly slow pit stop.
Yeah, would you mind putting up the lap counter there? Because the time is...
we do have a lap counter on. Yes.
There it is. Lap time of... I think it has it. You can pull the full up.
Yeah, sure. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
I shall find the button.
As we're seeing, once again, these two. Now, Victor's gone in. Aiden's gone in. Daniel's gone in. So there's going to be a very busy pit lane. Let's have a look at these two because... Can they jump them? They're going down the main straight now. And exiting the pit lane is Victor. I think Victor should be able to get ahead here. But how much? Yeah, there he is. But how much time has Victor gained or lost? Well, that's about... Looks about 3 or so seconds there. could be a little bit more, actually. Just trying. There's Victor. Yeah, that's probably about the same, I would have to say it was earlier. You guys agree or not? Out there. There you go. Oh, there it is. Oh, good on you, director.
Yeah, I had to create the button
26.
first, you see.
Oh, you didn't have.
No, I could.
It's in the SDK that I'd had.
Yeah, for some reason I must have moved it at some point. But yeah.
You know, he was working frantically behind the scenes and he's all quiet. So do you have? Oh no, let's have a look at this. We're going to keep an eye on. I was going to say because we might get it when these drivers give us a chance at some point, which is not bad, isn't it? Obviously, if there's always action, we can. I wanted to go back and see the start from what happened with Liam, and I know that if he bogged down or something at the race start, because that was quite interesting. He lost a couple of those places to make him back down. However, we still have those top three yet to box. So Victor's in the net lead. And Liam that you're watching right now is in P2, essentially. Liam for another fastest lap. 20, let's have a look. What was his last lap? Not the last lap, but he has a 22.1 as the fastest lap. As you can see on the screen, his last lap was a 22.7. I'm going to keep an eye on what Victor's was.
Oh, Victor's was a 142.4, which is a pit stop time.
That's the pit stop time, yeah.
Yeah.
I have to wait. Ooh, setting a dummy there. His hands.
Hans is doing really well to stick to the back of Liam here, actually. Considering how quick Liam actually is.
Are they pulling in Victor? Maybe. It's about 3.6. Once Victor crosses the line, we're going to get an idea of the time that he's been doing.
Yeah, 0.2 slower than Liam. Hans going for a dive, maybe? Nope, just feigning it.
Do you want to put up the sector time graph there so we can see what the... There you go, perfect. See what the times are between these three drivers. That's right, they're going to do 5 sectors as well to that, so showed a little bit more there out of Victor. I think that's all you need to do. The Australian driver wants to get the race winning back, or that P1 back. He's got plenty of time to get it done. You can see a little less on that one, but I think still up overall. Sector 3 times should be clicking in a second. There it is. So, nah, it's holding on.
Yeah, he's dropping down to about 0.7 by the end of the lap and then using the DRS to suck himself back in again before losing it again by the end of the next lap. That was a bit slidey then from Liam, so that'll lose him a bit of time on the main straight now.
Should just keep Kerr and Scruggle on for the sector time. What does that mean? I'm a little confused with that. I'm sweating it out here, like they're sweating it out in Italy. It's quite hot here today. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the afternoon rainstorm to cool it down. Oh, that's the way he's throwing that car through there. You can get damage, right? Floor damage?
Yes, you can. If you hit a curb too hard, you will get damage. So usually in the form of suspension damage, but yeah.
And a back damage.
Yeah. Well, these Monza sausage curbs are notorious, aren't they? I mean, I think
Oh, you see where Bolo is not showing on that. I like all three. Because it gives us an indication of what's happening, because Kerr obviously is the one in the middle. Well, you got a chance here. You want to have a look at the race start? real quick?
Yeah, sure. I have that right here.
I really wanted to see that.
So, let's...
To see what Liam did at the start. That was the key, because he lost a lot.
So this is Liam's point of view from the start.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look at yours.
Oh, he's sliding. All the way into 4th gear, he was sliding.
He got bogged down then, wasn't it?
Yeah, his rear tyres were just spinning for so long.
Yeah, I thought it had to be something like that, because he just could not get... There's contact on that overtake as well. Am I seeing that correctly?
Yeah, there was contact.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just watching the Twitch back because it's not showing me properly on my overlay, but it's fine.
And then, yeah, laid out the rest of his race until now, where everybody has spread out again.
You make a little mistake, you fight your way back up, which is exactly what he's done. Of course, he'd probably be thinking right now he should be out in front there with a 6-second gap to Victor, but it is what it is. Everybody in the medium tyres now.
Top 3 haven't pitted.
I thought they started in different tyres. Oh, that's right, because the top 3 haven't boxed yet.
So the top 3 are going along, we're going to softs most likely. Liam Kerr having a bit of a twitch into Parabolica again. Seems to be every lap at the minute. So theoretically, the top 3 should be pitting in about 3 laps time. I would estimate about 3 laps time.
Ah, and you said 3 properly.
3? I always say 3 properly.
Yeah, but a lot of the you guys in the UK can't say free.
What?
And not 3.
I've
The
never heard
TH.
this.
It happens a lot with a lot of casters that I cast with. They all say free. Oh, and that's a free save from Liam. Yeah, the TH is not pronounced enough, and I'm like, no, we're a butcher of the English language anyway in Australia. I kind of know how I could be doing it correctly.
Wanto's got a really good lead at the minute.
Did you see a bit of crazy things that happens on that advertising board? Are you allowed? This is the thing too. In the F1 game, there's a lot of the net code once again that Liam always flashes and reappears. Are you allowed to change the advertising? Because I saw somebody do that in the F1 game the other day, and I'm just wondering.
Whoa!
You're from Liam!
What a save that was!
That could be a not 10 highlights right there. Wow. That was you got to go back on board and have a look at that, how it would have felt from his perspective, and let's see if we can put a heart rate on that man. Heart rate monitor.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to do that just because I've got time, but I'm going to have to do it through rewinding because obviously my telemetry doesn't catch that. So let's just take him back over there.
Oh, it's worth a watch back.
It is
for
definitely
sure,
worth a watch back.
It can scare your heart again. All right, here we go.
Get some.
Yeah, right out there. There'll be a few marbles out there, but
Absolutely, yeah.
I can imagine you got to overcorrect it too. That's why I would like to see that on board, maybe with the steering, because I want to see how much he tried, how much he did overcorrect it a little bit to save it. Because easily, here we go. So he's just cruising on the corner like normal, la la la, and then, of course, that's where it gets. He's got the loud pedal down. He's gonna he should be
turning
absolutely
in.
Slapping the gas pedal.
And the back's going. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, there it is. It corrects it there, and then brings. Yeah, that's nice correction. And there you go. So it continues to see another day. But that's because Liam is obviously pushing. Stefan's now in the pit lane. That's because Liam's pushing because he wants to try to catch Victor. And I think he is because that gap's about 4 seconds. I don't know. Oh, look at that. Well, that cost him time. Anyway, that lap to Victor. Hey, yeah, I wonder where Benjamin is. Anybody can confirm out there? We haven't seen Benjamin in the chat.
We also haven't seen any information from our stewards yet about any incidents going on, which is really interesting because I think we've had If we include our GT3 races, I think our last 5 races have been like super clean with no incidents.
Aren't you go jinxing it?
Yeah. Well, we've said it now. Yeah. But yeah, I feel safe.
Just once again.
Go on.
Yeah. Well, back the advertising as well, but you can continue that first.
I was going to say, I feel safe enough to say that, considering how far apart all these guys are. I say that just as Wanto's about to pull a move.
Yeah, but he has to stay there for the DRS activation. That's it, perfect. Because you don't want to overtake in the parabolic. It's very difficult to overtake in the parabolic as well.
Okay, advertising.
This is easy. This should be taking candy from a baby, I'd say, with the DRS activation. Because yeah, if you got him before the line, there it should be pretty easy going to turn 1.
Yeah, iRacing won't let you modify the client. I think that would be detected as cheating on their cheating software, and you'd probably get slapped with a tasty ban. Obviously easy enough to do in the F1.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's legal.
Oh yeah.
I'm still trying to find out about that because F1, don't they license, all the advertisers are licensed, all part of it.
Course.
So if you start modding it, and you're not going to make Rolex too happy.
Well, I think it'd probably fine for personal use, but streaming it.
Streaming,
probably
exactly.
some form of morality issues going on there.
Yeah, and once again, Rolex. I mean, geez, we can all afford Rolexes, can't we?
So 100%.
I'd be very upset. I still can't get the advertising. I mean, at least Rolex in the real world, sure. Okay, they're still 50-year-old men with a good bank balance and can afford to buy them, but not
and racing
in the
drivers.
gaming world. Not in the gaming world. Yeah, and race drivers, but not in the game. Yeah, they get them for free anyway.
Yeah,
racing drivers. They're sponsored. But yeah,
See, I always
Rolex
associated
gamers.
tag hewers with racing drivers.
Oh, Richard Miley? Is it Richard Miley? Is it watches?
Nah,
He
the other
sponsors
ones.
all the cars. Have you heard about the F1 manager? Yes, I have. It should be released soon, right? It looks great. I mean, the F1 cars look great. Of course, they don't have to worry too much about the actual driving physics of it because you're only viewing the cars. But I'll be excited to get it for sure. The last one was good.
Oh, I haven't heard about it, actually.
Manager?
I've been tempted to pick up Motorsport Manager for a little while, but now you've mentioned...
Yeah, that's what it was. It's
Yeah.
Motorsport Manager. Yeah. You need to be connected to the internet all the time. They're doing that, are they? Well, that's a bit unfair if your internet goes down.
Yeah, any
If it's
idea
on
when
Steam-
that's released, or is it already a thing?
I don't know. No, it's not released yet. But soon. They're probably in the beta at the moment with some people testing it out. Not too much happening with the race at the moment apart from this. As one car, well, here Liam's had to keep his mirrors full of that Colombian driver for some time now. And I think nothing can scare Liam after that scary moment before. But perhaps this could be the DRS is open here. And does he get an overtake? Not before the line. So one car's got to wait the very last monito to make it happen. And he's going to hit too much of the sausage curves. There should be a drag race. No, too much power there from Leon, so he's had to back off. You can see the rear slip out when he's trying to accelerate side by side so they can go through the curva grande. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, I do have to go in about 10 minutes' time, remember, for a meeting, so we've got 6 laps.
6 laps left. 1 minute,
Yeah.
let's say 1 minute 27 per lap, just to...
I'll shoot him a message just to see if they can suspend it for 5 minutes, so I want to see this race out.
It's been one of the
It
shorter
looks
races
like-
as well.
And look at Wonko's helmet there, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of Mark Webber's helmet.
I was just thinking how much the pair of those cars on track look like Alpines.
Yeah, that's true.
Not enough pink, though.
You need HRT advertiser for that.
Talking of Alpine, I'm sure you've seen the news.
No?
Where Alonso's going.
Liam Carl's crashed? Oh, no.
Where,
Oh, I saw a message up there for that. I'm like, no, he's not. He's on track. That's just a net code.
Have you seen where Alonso's going?
No. What happened?
He's Alonso's
Driving
moving to
the
Aston
market
Martin.
now? Okay. So we obviously so Aston Martin is still looking for an experienced driver. Obviously, that's what they
Yeah, clearly.
they want to get those, and of course expensive experienced drivers, because Vettel's not cheap and Alonso's not cheap.
I mean, but given their performance, you know, I wouldn't be blaming the drivers.
Yeah. yeah. But they're obviously trying to build a team, and you need an experienced driver. It does work.
Well, yeah, because they can lend
have to-
advice and experience, can't
Yeah.
they, rather than someone not
Exactly.
really knowing how the car works.
They're not planning on winning races. At the end of the day, they just want to build it up to a car that can do that, and then they get the young guns in there to. I mean, look at Ferrari and stuff like that now. You know, just young guns essentially. Carlos Sainz has a little bit more experience, but they're still young guns.
I think Carlos Sainz has really improved as well over the season in that car.
Yeah, more confident, of course, too. He's jumping into a new car, like a new team.
Yeah.
And they know that, you know, their golden boy is Charles Leclerc. So he's starting to probably, you know, prove to them that, hey, it's not just Charles that can perform well.
So it's not just a new team, though. It's a new team that has a completely different design philosophy over their cars.
It's good. I mean, Ferrari's not doing well, but it's good to see Ferrari at least back up the top where they can win races.
Okay,
Because
so
Ferrari is F1.
chat has asked to look at the overtake
Yeah.
between...
Absolutely. If you hit the subscription button, we will organise that for you.
That guy's already subscribed. We already know the guy.
You hit the thumbs up button, maybe. If we get a thumbs up, we will bring you that. I actually forgot to hit it myself, so there it is. How dare I? There we go. We're on 6. It's done. You're allowed to show it as per queued.
Oh, this is a half speed. Let's go back to full speed, shall we? Oh, but this was the pass anyway, so it was down the main straight. There we go, full speed for you. Guess I'm going to see the other car any second. Maybe not.
No, it's Victor, and I think it was before this, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a pit lane pass.
Yeah.
The other car was in the pit. That's why.
Ah. There you go. So I hope you got your value for money. Look at Stefan. Over Aiden. That's P6. I think he just got the overtake done. Oh, snaps a break a little bit from Aiden, I think. And look at that. Aiden's on the power. That car is not agreeing with him. This could be a chance right now to come back. Stefan to come back on this one. I mean, Aiden to come back on Stefan. The other way around. We'll get it right. Have 3 laps to get it right with. Oh, that's, yeah. It goes to show you how much horsepower they have. Well, it should be kilowatts, because we don't measure things by being pulled by horses anymore.
Ooh, just got telemetry stating that Daniel Scott crashed.
Yeah, I saw that as well, but it doesn't seem stopped on the track map. That could just be a bit of netcode. Unless this is turn 1. It's gone too deep.
Foot 2 down? Foot 2 down? Yeah, foot too hard? Hey!
Oh, there!
That was strange, because he was already shifting up, which means the torque shouldn't have caught him out. But perhaps he did just push it a little bit too hard.
A good save.
Yeah, he kept out of the wall.
Out of the fence, mate.
He's still getting points. He may be in last place at this race, but he's still getting points.
It's good to always say finish a race, mate. You already committed yourself of 26 laps to a race. So why not finish it, even if you're on last? It's always experience too, remember. Always experience. It's like practice session, essentially, even if you're not going to get too far up. But you're practicing in race conditions, because time trial and all that, as you're aware, you know, when you're driving around by yourself and stuff, it's not exactly the same race conditions all the time.
So we've got 2 laps remaining, and Liam's struggling to catch with Wanto now.
I think, yeah, at this point, I know that Liam's going to be gutted, every time. Liam's always gutted if he doesn't win a race. I could hear it because he's Australian, mate. We are feisty competitors. By the way, congratulations on your British women's football team winning the Euro Cup.
Yeah.
Those ladies, those Sheilas perform a lot better than the blokes do.
Yeah, it's been a long time since the guys have won anything.
and the guys there, and I think James was telling me the other day, about 10 times more money than the girls as well.
Yeah, they absolutely do. But it's, it's supply and demand, really. People... Ooh, that was weird. Locking up the rears into braking.
Yeah, Liam's got to have to, at the moment, settle for this. Put an ultimate lap and just... be happy he's got a podium, but he'll probably be gutted that he's lost the race to that he could have won from pole.
Aiden's gone to pit. I think he's pitted a lap late because he might be going for the fastest lap. But if...
Yeah. He's got a gap to Daniel, so he can. He's got nothing to lose here. If he can get ahead, Daniel's coming down the main straight now. Daniel's going in, I think. Because... No, Daniel's there. He should get out ahead, yeah. So he's going to go for this fastest lap. That's too late, isn't it? Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, I think next time across the line is him going to be finished, but he's gone to softs. And he's not using any battery either, so I'm assuming he's completely charging. One way to check that is his blinking light. Isn't doing anything, so he might already have full battery. Okay, so we just got white flag.
Yeah, my mouse just flashed white, mate, so I know.
Yeah, my stream deck just did as well.
Oh, yeah. Does it? I mean, I've got it on the stream deck here, but I didn't... You got the whole thing to flash up? That's...
yeah, I've got everything. I've got the amount of time left, amount of laps remaining.
Got that, yeah.
Yeah, all different scenes. Muting all you guys.
Flag so green.
Yeah. He takes so much tighter line around there than Liam was.
Does it have the kitchen sink, but...
I think he might...
Everything but the kitchen sink.
Okay, so just cross the line. He's going to get this lap. Let's watch this lap.
Well, yeah, that's true. So let's keep an eye on Oneco, actually. Because he's going right up to Victor. I didn't realize how close he's managed to get. Did Victor make a mistake somewhere?
He's got one chance. If Victor messes up around Parabolica... Because the line's very close to this last corner as well, so there's not much of a run to it. Tight line from Wanto, wide line from Victor. Everybody seems to have a different preference there.
Victor's got it.
Yeah, Victor's got it. And Wanto just behind. Yeah. Let's go back on board.
What a great comeback from Oneco there towards the end. Shaving all that time. Kind of missed it. Yeah, he's going to push us like mad once again.
Sector 2, he's 4 tenths up.
He's going to try and steal this one away, I believe, from Liam that had the fastest lap. So don't you go stealing it away from my Australian driver, Aiden. I think he's going to do it, but why not? Give it a shot. It's an extra point.
Oh, that was a bit slippery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lift.
Could have cost a little bit.
What's he going to get? 120.7 to beat. 121.5.
Yeah. I didn't steal it from Julian.
I think what we suggested earlier with him running a slightly higher downforce is exactly what it is. He was hemorrhaging time down the straight.
Saying a little long in the 7th gear. Good catch out there. I'm just actually amazed that you can go outside the racing line down that main straight with all 4 wheels. Between the wall, there's a racing line. It's actually there, and they go off. Anyway, let's have the results up there if you'd like to go through that.
Absolutely. So in P1 we've got Victor Belair. In P2, Wanto Aval. P3, Liam Kerr, also with the fastest lap. P4, Hans Schlogel. P5, our new guy, Julian Altina. P6 is Stefan Hommen. P7, Aidan Young. P8, Daniel Scott. P9 and P10 both did not attend, so won't be getting any points, but it was Benjamin Sykes and Leon Elwood. And special thanks to Sebastian, who was our safety car driver today. Luckily, wasn't needed. So we didn't see you, but we like not seeing you because it means nothing bad happens.
Oh, I like the Eddie Store racing car.
Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful livery.
Yeah. I've seen that a lot doing those 24-hour events that we've had in the past, mate. It's just seeing that car for 24 hours on track.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, that's what it's great. It's a great day for Victor because the Spaniard now decreases his gap to Benjamin. Obviously, Benjamin wasn't here to defend that today, so now Victor's got basically one hand out there ready to touch that trophy if he wants it. So it's got to keep up with that work, as well as Liam getting some good points and one car coming back towards the end. What a brilliant drive for the Colombian. So that's it from me. Unfortunately, I can't stick around for the interviews, but say good day to the blokes for me.
Yeah, so good. It'll only be a very quick one today, but thank you very much, Biggles. And yeah, hope to see you next time.
Thank you, guys out there in the chat.
I'll drop you a message at some point. Thank you.
All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Okay, we do have one of them at least. We've got all three. Gonna just drag them over into the channel. Okay, so right here we've got Wanto Oval and Victor Balea. So we're going to start with Wanto first. How do you find the race, dude? It looked fantastic from our end.
Yeah, it was a fantastic race. Pretty tough defending, pretty tough attacking. I enjoyed a lot. I tried to do a different strategy, starting with the medium tires and staying as long as I could on track. Unfortunately, I think I should have stopped one lap earlier in order to get Victor, because I lost maybe a second and a half by staying one lap too much. But well, that's fun, very fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked great from our end, and actually, I think it was a completely incidentless race as well. So. Well done to you guys for keeping it really, really clean. I was going to ask, how did it feel to have Liam chasing you down for pretty much most of the race by the end?
Yeah, I think on the start, Liam and Victor, they had a little contact, so I took advantage of this and I overtake Liam. And I know that he was on soft tires and I was on medium, so I had to push hard as I could to keep him behind. But he was weaker with the soft tires, and he was getting on me. But I don't think if he really could overtake me, but we had I think a little contact. But anyways, he decided to pit at lap 9, I think. And so I couldn't manage my pass from that part of the race until I stopped. Yeah. And then when I changed for tires, for soft tires, I was very, very quick at the beginning of the stint, and I could manage to overtake one guy, I don't remember his name, Stefan Hoffman, I think.
Yes.
And then Liam. Yeah, but in the end, my tires were gone, and I couldn't push more to get to Victor. But
yeah,
anyways,
well, I think you were probably quite lucky as well that Liam's tyres were most likely gone as well, because he pitted on lap 8, so he'd done until from lap 8 till the end on the mediums. So I think he was starting to struggle a bit, which was shown by him actually sliding through Parabolica every single lap. So I think that was quite lucky for you guys. But he was still catching you by 5 or 6 tenths every lap for the last few laps. So yeah, you guys did great at keeping your foot down and actually staying away from it. So yeah, I'm gonna close up with you once by asking, well, let me find out what race is next, because I want to ask you, what do you think of the next track that we're going to? Which is going to be... COTA, Circuit of the Americas. Are you going to be there for that one?
Oh, very, very tough, very technical track. I've never driven there with the F1, just with the Formula 3.5.
Yes.
And it's very, very tough track, because all the sectors are very different, with fast corners in the first sector. Then the middle sector is very fast with the long straight, and then the third part with very very slow corners. So it's a mix of everything. We have to practice.
Well, it's a first time for us as well, because it'll be the first time that Antistall's ever broadcast a race in iRacing on Kota. So it's going to be a fantastic race. But yeah, thank you for turning up today, and I hope to see you next time, man.
Thank you.
Okay, and moving on to Victor, who is our race champion today. How did you find that one, Victor?
Well, it was a difficult one. I was pushing every single lap like a quali lap, but everything started on the race start. Like I could manage finally to do a perfect start because I'm struggling quite a bit with this car. But I jumped from third to first, and then I was just trying to have a decent pace. I think if it was one lap, if the race was one lap longer, I would finish second. So because Juancho was going really really fast, but luckily it's a 26 lap race. So.
Yeah. So you're now 6 points behind P1 in the championship. So that's getting a bit tense for you now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm not checking the standings because I know Benjamin is way too fast. Actually, if I'm 6 seconds, I'm in 6 points behind. It's because I got 25 points today, and he got 0 points because he didn't join the race. But obviously, I know if he's on the race, I think he's pretty unbeatable.
Well, thing is, looking at Benjamin's sort of history of points here on the standings, he's come first a few times, but for 4 races, he's had really quite bad luck. Whereas every time that you've raced, you've come within you've definitely been within the top 6 or 7. So I definitely think you can probably push out the win if you're nice and consistent.
I think the big change I've made from last season is that I don't want to be in any trouble. So every time that I see a battle that with a potential damage with my car, like with 2, 3, 4 car battle, I try to just wait my moment, and that's how I get so many podiums this season, because I just avoid getting in trouble. But yeah, I mean, if we talk about pace, obviously Benjamin is way too fast. But yeah, I mean, I'll try my best to fight for the title, obviously.
Yeah, and obviously, P3 is currently about 40-ish points behind you, so you're pretty safe from there unless Liam gets 2 or 3 wins in a row, in which case he then will be challenging you for that top position. So, I think you can definitely focus forward and not have to worry about who's behind you for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm not focusing on the standings. I'm not looking who is third or who is first. I'm just trying to go race by race and, trying to get the best result. And, well, I'm in Italy. In Italy, I got the best result possible, so
absolutely,
I can't complain.
Okay, so the same question to you, really. We're going to Circuit the Americas next week. How are you going to find that?
It's a really tough circuit. Like, I don't particularly like it. To be honest, if I go a podium in there, I'll be more than happy.
Well, yeah, we look forward to seeing that, I think. So I just want to thank you very, very much for joining today's race, and congratulations on the win. And I think we should start wrapping up here now. So thank you to all of the viewers that tuned in today. Thank you to all the racers. Thank you to all the stewards and our safety car driver. And as always, make sure to tune in to our next races. Our next race is tomorrow, F3 and F4 at the same times. 2 races. 4 races on the evening. 2 in both series. And then come back on Friday for the amazing GT3 race, where the top 5 still have a chance of winning the grand prize, which is a cash prize, should I add. So thanks for everybody for turning up, and we shall see you all next time.
heaven just knows what it wants. Will I go back to the place where I belong? Everyone could break my heart, but I try my best to not fall apart. And I find it hard to let go. The memories keep me together. Gotta fight till the end, no pressure, no pressure.